hurt someone, and you abuse someone, and you insult someone, and you break the heart of someone, and then that person dies in the morning, and you didn't get to apologize to that person. One is, we died, and we didn't get to ask for forgiveness for someone we hurt. What about the person dies? Now we're going to say, oh Allah, I should have spoken back to that person. I should have been nice to that person. I should have asked that person for forgiveness. Wow, my good friend, my family. Sometimes it happens with our parents. Our parents die and we did not get a makeup. We were supposed to do X amount of kindness for our parents. Show X amount of love and appreciation and kindness to them. And before we know it, they died. And the many years that they took care of us, and they loved us, and they cared for us, and they went through the struggle to care for us, boom, they die, and we did not get a makeup for that. Because they don't tell us when they're going to die. Don't let sickness be a sign of death. There are many people who are sick for years, and they get back well. There are many people who are not sick, and they die. So don't wait for your parents to fall sick to be nice to them. Don't wait for that, my brothers and sisters. We're going to do whatever we could do. Important than death. If they die and we didn't get to do it, it's going to be a guilt trip. How much sadaqah are you going to give to make up for that? You're going to give thousands and every day thousands when it could be easier to be nice and loving to them, or your brother, your sister, our relatives, or friends, or neighbors, or co-workers. That's a very important point. That's my second advice. A reminder to myself. And thirdly, as I conclude, inshallah, when we live in this world, there's a wisdom in the barakat of Islam. If you look at the 5 pillars of Islam, well, first is Iman. But if you look at Salah, there is a blessing in Salah when you pray Salah in Jamaat, isn't it? The Prophet ﷺ says when you pray Salah in Jamaat, you get 27 times more blessings. Jamaat, congregation. When you have wealth, we are expected to do what? Give to the poor, share with other people. So your pillar of Islam on Salah, you pray with other people, and what happens? You get more blessings. When you have wealth, you share it with other people, and what happens? You get barakat in your wealth. When you look at the month of Ramadan, when we fast, think about it. Whether it's sunnah, even though it's not for us, but the millions of people throughout the world try to get their Taraweeh and pray Taraweeh together. It's a spirit, it's a love, it's a bond. And it's not that it's a must that you have to pray Taraweeh in Jamaat. You could pray your 20 rakats at home or 10 rakats at home. But they are more fadail, they are more blessings. It was initiated by Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. But you want to get the Jamaat barakat, the congregation, the strength. If you look at the fraternity in Ramadan, Muslims feel like they are Muslims in Ramadan. What makes the difference? Think about it. Don't you fast? Ashura fast, Muharram? You fast, other fast. Do you have that feelings of Ramadan? What makes the difference with the fast? In addition to the month of mercy and the blessings, the brothers and sisters coming together, the community coming together, the bond, the fraternity, the togetherness gives that lift and that spirituality and that feelings of comfortability in the presence of your ummah and your brothers and sisters. It strengthens your iman. You feel better when you come in Jummah and you see the crowd on Eid Day and Taraweeh in Ramadan. See, well, I'm getting to a point here. Brothers, sisters, community. 5th pillar. When you go to Hajj, I see a lot of Hujjaj here who have been to Hajj. You know, it's I've been taking Hajj groups since 1986. One of the first things I hear people say, 2 interesting things people say when they go to Hajj. When they see the Kaaba, it's like, wow, they're speechless. Almost 100% of everybody who go to Hajj, Their first sight of the Kaaba, they are like speechless. They can never tell you how they felt. It was just a good feeling. Expressing it is almost impossible. That's so amazing, the sight of the Kaaba. You're like in shock, making dua, crying. People cry when they see the Kaaba. They cry, they thank Allah for being here. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, I'm present here, Ya Allah. That's a fantastic feeling. Words cannot express. And do you know what's another thing that astonishes people? Make a guess. When they stand and they look at in the plains of Arafah, or when they get into a place called Mina, and they see all these millions of Muslims, you can see tears coming off the eyes of Muslims. Isn't that true, Haji Ara? I see all the brothers have been to Hajj. All you see is white. Just the feelings of the brotherhood, the Muslim Ummah, that fraternity, to feel in the presence of all these Muslims throughout the world, that's another pleasure that comes to the hearts of Muslims. You see how interesting brotherhood, community, fraternity fits into the pillars of Islam? Salah, Zakah, Ramadan when you fast, and Hajj. So why I made that example, my brothers and sisters, is to remind you and remind myself that I know we live a life today and we feel very comfortable in our homes, in our motor cars, in our jobs. But Allah has designed this religion of Islam for us to be part of an ummah. That's why He calls us an ummah, a nation, a people. He doesn't say just you alone. We are called an ummah.